Hey everybody, Adjective Gaming here. So today I'm going to just be talking exclusively about refunding games on Steam, the ones I've refunded over the past 15 years. So for those of you who are not aware, on the Steam platform, you have the option to refund any game you've played less than 2 hours. I don't know how controversial this topic will be. I'm pretty sure people do exploit this, like they'll play the game for like an hour and 45 minutes and then return it. I'm not really too sure how lenient Steam is. Like, is there a limit how many times you can return that item, or how many items you can return? I'm not gonna look it up. I'm not that professional. I'm just gonna talk about the games I refunded over the past 15 years. Once again, my account is 15 years old. The earliest game I returned was in 2017, so oopsie. Clickbait title. It's only been 5 years of me returning games. So anyway, let's just begin. Now, the oldest game I returned was Conan Exiles. And to be fair, this game was and is still up my alley, and it doesn't have bad scores or anything on Steam. Back in 2017, all my friends were playing it. They're going nuts on Discord, laughing and climbing the face of a mountain, fighting horses with their bare fists, crucifying people, just going nuts on this game, right? Downloaded the game. The servers were gated by ping, latency. So if your latency was greater than 140 milliseconds, you're not allowed to play. You're not allowed to play with anybody. And my ping was, I would say, like 146. The problem with me, my ping is high. It's a mix of my friends were on East Coast server, and I have the internet set up of a Sri Lankan cattle farmer. Maybe one day I'll do a battle station video where I show my phone that's cracking open like an oyster because of I've been running a hotspot for the past 2.5 years. So next refund was a kind of a similar game, and you can tell with me I like just survival games, or I'm forced to buy survival games. So the next game was Last Oasis. I'm not too sure how many people know about this game. I guess it's niche, maybe? I don't see it anywhere. But but if you were around during its release, you probably did hear about Last Oasis. And you probably did refund it as well, because from what I remember is I bought the game, and it was so popular that every server was full. Like 6 hours wait to log in and just crash, and then you can't even play the game. So with the less than 2 hours time limit on Steam to refund this product, I had to make the executive decision, and with my financial day trading intellect, I had to return the game with only like 5 minutes left on the clock. Oddly enough, I ended up rebuying it a month later with the 20% increase of price. So I actually lost money buying this game somehow. But I did end up playing it, and it's not a bad game. There's just a lot of PvP, world PvP, where you're just outnumbered by guilds, right? If you're just playing with your friend, a spider tank is gonna crawl towards you. A big spider tank, a big Wild Out West Will Smith spider tank holding 50, 60, 1,000 men on it will just jump off with their mics open, screaming at you about rupus and stealing your clubs or whatever that game was about. Okay, so the next game, this one might piss off some people because it's kind of beloved. So the game I returned was The Return of the Obra Dinn. Amazing art direction. It looks like a Game Boy game. I guess that's not really selling it. It has a 96% on Steam, so that's overwhelmingly positive. I refunded it purely because how dumb I am and how unable I am to solve puzzles. You're like an insurance adjuster, I believe. And it takes place in the 1800s, and you step aboard this ship, this novelty pocket watch that you can look back in time, and you're trying to figure out how everybody died on that ship to pay off somebody. You open up your ship manifest of all the people who were on the ship, and you'll be like, okay, Edward Spratt? Yeah, Edward Spratt, the artist. Yeah, from what I'm seeing around here, he died because he was electrocuted. The thing that got me was that it doesn't tell you if you're right or not. The manifest was 50, maybe 1,000 people on the boat, and you have to go through each one saying this guy was done in by this, and it doesn't tell you if you're right or wrong. So you're just wandering through the ship, guessing. I did like 3 of them, and like, okay. Then I just decided it wasn't fun, and it was kind of hard figuring out who it was. Like, due to the graphics itself, I couldn't tell one person from another. Alright, second to the last game was Outward. Now for Outward, I really thought I was going to enjoy this game. The trailer makes it look amazing, like you and your best pal is just going to go wander out into the wilderness in this semi-Dark Souls, Dark Souls-esque environment. Just you and your pal palling around, sleeping in sleeping bags, catching bugs, just pranking NPCs. But what really happened is, me and my friend just ran outside of the first town without reading any lore, picking up any quest, and we're just out in the wilderness, like I said earlier. But in this instance, it just got dark. We didn't have any light source, and then we just wander around in the dark, and then you're like bumping into stuff. There's like jaguars just attacking you, and then on top of that, the game just felt jank. The movement felt whatever buzzword you want to use here, floaty. Combat was weird. Also, the timing may have been bad. We were playing it late at night on a Tuesday. I had work the next day. Should have gave it more time, to be honest, but just refunded it. Alright, so the last game, the most recent game I refunded was Lost Technology. To be fair, this game was $2.50, but I guess that makes this exceptionally worse because I refunded a $2 game. So now the trailer looks good, or looked good. I mean, from what I was watching, is you have this crazy big army of just anime JPEGs, and it's led by whoever you are. Or you can be like a frogman, you can be like a snake, you can be whoever, right? And you're just leading around all these anime JPEGs and pings, just going around attacking other armies, and it's a huge map. You're engaging other armies. You're sieging capitals. You're going crazy as a commander. You're spouting your battle phrase, just spouting nonsense just at the other commander. If you're like doing well, the other commander's retreating, and you're casting spells. It's a crazy game, and there's a bunch of lore, and it looked really good, but way over my head. Way over head. There's so much micromanaging. There's so much going on. It had like Ask Jeeves Lycos tier UI design, and it had lag on top of that, so it was like laggy, and also was actually a bit too anime. That was another thing. It's a bit. There's a line where you have to draw where it's too anime. I drew a line. It said, Steam, Valve. I forgot the name of the guy, the big guy with the glasses. Gabe Newell. Give me back my $2.50. And then that's it. That's all the games I refunded. I'd like to know what games you refunded. Just comment below. And thank you for watching.